Hello, thyroid thrivers. Welcome back to Hypothyroid Chef. I'm Ginny Mahar, your functional thyroid health and cooking coach. Not all protein powders are created equal, especially when you have thyroid issues. Between mystery ingredients, hidden sugars, crazy claims, picking the right protein powder can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. But today I'm going to make it really simple for you. We're going to dive into what makes a protein powder truly thyroid friendly. Just for fun, I'm also going to be doing a live taste test of a new to me protein powder, Equip Prime Protein. It turns out that finding a thyroid friendly protein powder is a tall order, but it's worth the effort when it comes to our health. And it's something that some of us are drinking every single day. So let's start by talking about the why. Why does protein powder matter for us as thyroid thrivers? If you have hypothyroidism or Hashimoto's like me, protein isn't just another macronutrient. It is actually essential for having energy, for staying strong, and for so many different aspects of our health. Here's why. So first, protein is going to help us maintain our lean muscle mass. This is typically harder for thyroid patients because our metabolism is slowed, and a lot of hypothyroid patients experience something called myopathy or muscle weakness. This can affect about 79% of people with hypothyroidism. So when your thyroid is underactive, your body naturally wants to hold on to fat and let go of muscle, which is definitely not what any of us want. And sure, being on thyroid medication can help with that, but medication isn't a cure-all, and a lot of us are still going to be dealing with some of those challenges even if we're on thyroid medication, even if we have a normal TSH. Second, protein is crucial for balancing blood sugar and keeping your energy stable throughout the day. So raise your hand if you've ever gone on that ride of the morning coffee that just sent your energy through the roof only to bring it crashing down in the afternoon. So one of the best, easiest ways that you can prevent that, protein. If you get adequate protein at each meal, that's going to help your blood sugar fluctuations stay in a healthier range. And with something like that morning coffee, eating a protein-rich breakfast first and not drinking it on an empty stomach can prevent those energy highs and lows that can wear our adrenals down and just zap our energy. The third reason why protein is important is because it supports your body's built-in detox pathways and it supports your gut health, both of which are directly beneficial to your thyroid function and how we produce, convert, and utilize our thyroid hormone. So remember, about 20% of T4 to T3 conversion happens in your gut. And the majority of it, actually about 60%, happens in the liver. So we need good gut health and liver health. Plus, protein is going to provide the building blocks that we need for healthy hair, skin, nails, and these are all things that can tend to suffer when our thyroid isn't functioning optimally. Finally, quality proteins deliver thyroid supportive nutrients like zinc, selenium, iron, in some cases tyrosine. These are key nutrients that our thyroid thrives on. But getting enough protein daily is like a whole nother challenge altogether. My friend Dr. Emily Kyberd explained that we need at least 30 grams of protein per meal. So that's 90 or more grams daily. And those needs are going to go up if you're actively strength training, if you're over 40, where our muscle mass often starts to decline. What I find in working with thyroid thrivers as a functional medicine health coach is that most of them are not getting anywhere near even the base recommendation for protein unless they're aware of their protein needs and they're paying attention to how much protein they get every day, tallying up like, what am I getting with each meal and snack? And time and again, what I hear from them, from people who have committed to consuming adequate protein is, wow, this has made a huge difference in my energy. Protein powder, when it's chosen thoughtfully, can be a really helpful and convenient tool in our toolkit to help us ensure we're getting enough protein. It can be a fast and easy way to boost your protein intake, especially when you're on the go. But there's so many products out there to choose from. This is actually a $10 billion industry at this point. And some of these products are full of, frankly, just complete garbage. And not all protein powders are thyroid friendly, which is why I want to share my top criteria for picking a good one. Now, this is just what I learned and researched when I was hunting for my perfect protein powder supplement. There's a lot to this topic, so this isn't like the definitive guide, and every day I'm learning more. I'm hearing from thyroid thrivers about products they love, so if you have one you love, feel free to share it with us in the comments. What I'm going to share with you today are my 2 personal favorite picks, plus a new one that I heard about from my friend, fellow thyroid advocate and thyroid fitness expert, Angela Brown. So quick disclosure before we get going on this video, it's not sponsored by any of these companies. I am in the Amazon affiliate program, and I'll share some of those product links with you in the video description. And what that means is that if you purchase one of these products using one of my affiliate links, I may earn a small commission at no additional cost to you. It's just a great way to support my channel, and I assure you it does not influence the opinions that I share here or elsewhere in any way. So before I share my top picks, let's talk about the struggle to find a high quality and thyroid friendly protein powder. What are the criteria? What are we looking for here? First, let's look at the problem. The problem is that most protein powders on the market, like I said, are full of junk. And I'm talking about things like hidden sugars that can spike your blood glucose. That's something that we thyroid patients definitely don't need since we're already prone to insulin resistance. A lot of them contain things like dairy, soy, or grain-based proteins. Those can trigger inflammation and autoimmune responses, especially for those of us who are sensitive to those ingredients. Remember, if you have Hashimoto's, you're already dealing with inflammation, so we don't want to add fuel to that fire. And then there's the mystery additives, the fillers, even the herbs and supplements that can mess with your hormones, mess with your thyroid, lead to a stress response in the body. Things like carrageenan, xanthan gum, artificial colors, even things like seaweed, iodine, kelp supplements. They might seem harmless, but they can actually disrupt your hormone balance. In the case of iodine-rich, supplements that might be added to certain protein powders that can actually make your thyroid autoimmunity worse. So we got to really read those labels carefully and pay close attention to what is in the products that we're choosing. Some protein powders are even filled with energy boosters like caffeine or green tea extract. So you think you're getting energy from the protein powder when it's actually from stimulants. And those could also be stressing your adrenals, which is another thing we as thyroid thrivers do not want. And perhaps what's most concerning here is heavy metal contamination. And yes, this is a real thing, especially in plant-based proteins like rice and pea protein. A lot of brands do not test for this, which is why so many reputable brands are now offering third-party testing. We're dodging our personal dietary triggers here. We're dodging low-quality ingredients, sketchy health claims, sneaky supplements, also some really bad flavors and textures, even just the use of way too much stevia, for example, and as well as those concerns about heavy metals, which are a direct threat to your thyroid health. So finding your perfect protein powder can really be a journey. And when I wrote the guide that accompanies this video, which you can find on my blog, by the way, I'll put that link in the show notes. When I originally wrote that guide, I had spent over a year testing different protein powders to try to find the ones that were truly thyroid friendly, that fit my personal criteria. And I did come away with a few go-to picks. But this is a landscape that it's changing every day. There's new products coming out on the market all the time. There's new findings emerging, new testing coming out. So I'm always, trying to keep my ear to the ground, asking, friends, asking my community of thyroid thrivers in the Thrivers Club, what are you liking? Have you found something that works for you? Today I'm going to be testing something that I heard about from my friend Angela Brown. This is her favorite protein powder pick. And so we'll give that a try and see if I can add it to my guide to picking the perfect protein powder. In that guide, the blog post, I go into a lot more detail about this, about the different types of protein powder and the criteria that you can use to vet your perfect protein powder. So Again, that is available for free on my blog, and I'll put the link to that in the video description. All right, let me quickly share my personal favorite picks, and then I'm gonna taste test this new to me protein powder. So after kissing a lot of frogs, I found just a few protein powders that I personally use and feel good about recommending. I went through dozens during the testing process and had to throw quite a few in the trash can because either they were unpalatable from too much stevia, maybe they caused major GI upset, maybe they overpowered my smoothies with weird flavors, dark colors, weird textures. So what I ended up with is one plant-based pick, one animal-based pick, and one honorable mention. So my top plant-based pick is Earth Chimp Plain and Unsweetened from Ireland, which I unfortunately don't have on hand right now because I've used it all up, and honestly I've ended up really gravitating towards my animal-based pick because I just find that it's easier on my digestion. But I know some of you are looking for a plant-based option for various reasons. So Earth Chimp is a blend of pea, pumpkin, coconut, and sunflower protein. It's got 21 grams of protein per serving. I love that it has just a very clean ingredient list. It's very mindfully made by the people who started the company. It has some extra ingredients in it, but ones that I really like there's anti-inflammatory turmeric, there's blood sugar balancing cinnamon. It's also a little bit more affordable than animal-based options. It can be a little bit chalky and cause some initial bloating, especially like as your gut adjusts to that extra fiber. That's pretty common with plant-based proteins. But what I found is, I just started with like not a full scoop, maybe half a scoop, and sort of worked my way up. And the more that I drank it, the more my body was just like, cool, I like this. I felt really good using that plant-based protein powder. Now for my animal-based protein powder pick, I've been using Be Well by Kelly LeVeque. This is her unflavored grass-fed beef protein powder, and it contains just one ingredient, which is beef protein isolate from Swedish cows. So this has 23 grams of complete protein per scoop. And that Swedish cow detail does matter because they actually have some of the strictest cattle raising standards in the world. Now, one of the common criticisms of this particular product is that it really, really froths up, like super thick, like too thick kind of, especially if you add it and then blend your shake or smoothie or whatever at high speed. But I found that there's a very easy workaround for this where you just blend your ingredients and then at the end you add this protein to your blender, as the blender is going slowly, like at low, medium speed, and mix it in that way. And that's just going to prevent any of that excessive frothiness. So I've really liked this product. My digestion is able to handle it well. I like the clean, quality ingredients, and I like that there's only one ingredient in this. My honorable mention is for collagen peptides, and in the blog post, I mentioned Great Lakes Collagen Peptides, which is another brand of grass-fed beef collagen peptides. I still like that, but I have actually switched to Vital Proteins mainly because the price is lower on this product at my local health food store, but they are both, grass-finished beef collagen peptides. And these are great to keep on hand because they mix so well into not just smoothies, but hot drinks as well. It's basically flavorless and it just dissolves really easily. Like can't see it, can't taste it, don't really know it's there. It might add a little bit of like mouthfeel, but that's about it. I put it in my morning matcha every single day. It's been great for my hair, my skin, my nails. I can tell it has helped me. And I think it's also really good for our gut health as well. The reason this is an honorable mention and not one of my primary picks is that collagen is not a complete protein. It does offer amazing gut healing amino acids and supports that hair, skin, nail, and joint health. It doesn't mean that it's not protein. We require all 9 of those essential amino acids to be able to assimilate that protein and turn it into muscle and tissue in our body. So what I do is I often combine my collagen peptides with one of my complete protein powders, Or I'll pair it with another protein source, like I might make a smoothie and then put a little collagen peptides and then have something like my homemade breakfast sausage on the side, so that I know I'm getting all of those required amino acids to be able to assimilate that protein. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this new to me product, Equip Prime Protein. It is a complete protein that has all 9 essential amino acids. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, paleo, AIP friendly, which is helpful for those of us with autoimmune thyroid conditions. When I'm looking for a thyroid-friendly protein powder, I want to see a complete protein source. I want it to be free from gluten, dairy, added sugar, and soy. I want it to have a really short ingredient list. The shorter, the better. And I want it to be made from real food ingredients. Ideally, I want it to be available also in an unsweetened option and free of any questionable additives. Personally, I always go for the unflavored option so that I can add my own flavors. I don't always want a chocolatey protein shake, for example. Maybe one day I'm gonna do a green smoothie and the next day I'm gonna get in a whole bunch of those really high antioxidant, low sugar berries. And the next day I might do something chocolatey. So I really like the flexibility that unflavored offers there. Plus I find a lot of brands who offer flavored, shake mixes or protein powder blends or whatever, add way too much stevia, which is just kind of a personal pet peeve of mine. I really don't like the taste of a lot of stevia. So in this, there's just that one ingredient. That's it, grass-fed beef protein powder. Has 20 grams of protein per scoop, which is good. It says there might be some clumping, which is kind of standard for these one ingredient grass-fed beef proteins. They're not gonna have those anti-caking agents and emulsifiers and whatever other kind of additives they might add to a protein powder to prevent that kind of thing. Okay, so let's check this out. First of all, give it a smell here. See if we can kind of like detect anything. I don't really smell a whole lot. It smells typical to other beef-based products where there's a little bit of a beefy smell, but it's fairly mild. It smells similar to like if you've ever used bone broth protein, which is another collagen type protein supplement. It's kind of like that, but it's pretty mild. Now to get a feel for this, I kind of want to see how well it dissolves in just a little bit of room temperature water here, because that can be pretty tough for some products to really dissolve when you're just mixing them with water. And there's a little bit of clumping. And again, that seems fairly standard for products that are like in this category of the, just the one ingredient beef protein. I don't necessarily consider that a bad thing. It is what it is. It's kind of like the trade-off, for having that pure product without all the extra ingredients. Okay, so let's try it in a smoothie. Here, I've just got some ice, some macadamia milk, some frozen banana, and 1 scoop of just raw cacao powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this up, and then I'll add this at the end, just like I would this product, because I'm anticipating there's probably a little bit of like similar, maybe clumping issues there, but we'll see. Okay, so here's what I usually do with my other beef protein powder is I add usually I do about a half a scoop, but maybe a heavy half, and I add it at the end after everything else is blended so that like this one gets that frothiness, right? So I'm gonna add this and just kind of slowly blend it in. Okay, so I took that up to pretty high speed and I didn't notice any like major frothing. So, that might be one pro to this product over the Be Well. Yeah, this looks nice and drinkable. I don't see any like clumps of the protein powder in there, so it seems like it blended in just fine. Let's give it a taste. I mean, I really don't taste it, it's what you want, right? You don't really want to notice like a beef flavor in your shakes or smoothies. So I'm really happy with this. I feel like I could have added probably the full scoop and gotten away with that without getting like a ton of the the flavor or texture. I'm not noticing any like grittiness or chalkiness. The bag says to mix a scoop with 8 to 10 ounces of any beverage. So this is more than that, but I think I could have gone full scoop and like still, I often go half because I don't like the way it tastes or like the texture if I add a full scoop to one smoothie. So, but I feel like with this product, I could maybe go a little bit more. So that's definitely a point in the pro category. And there's no like weird aftertaste, which can be a little bit of a complaint with protein supplements. So would I use this regularly? Yeah, absolutely. I like the ingredients. I like the good protein content and the texture, the taste. Also, I did do a little bit of detective work on this one, and this product rates high for transparency. They do very rigorous third-party testing, so that's something that you can feel good about, it being just a safe and pure product. This is definitely an option I would incorporate into my Thyroid Thrivers toolkit, and it meets those thyroid-friendly criteria, at least the ones that I need personally, and I know that a lot of you have as well. So I love that it's just one ingredient. It's a complete protein. It's made from grass-fed beef, which is less inflammatory than feedlot beef, so that is an important detail. And I'm not gonna lie, both of these options are on the spendier side, but some things are worth the investment. And I know that you're here because you want good thyroid-friendly options so that you can make the best possible choices for your health. And I really haven't found any products that are in this like super clean, single ingredient, grass-fed beef category that aren't in the similar same price range, like on the higher end of the price spectrum for protein powders. If that's a deal breaker for you, I would definitely check out EarthChimp because those plant-based protein powders do tend to be a bit more affordable. Unlike plant-based protein powders, these would work for anyone following the autoimmune protocol. So final thoughts here. If you're looking for a clean, thyroid-friendly protein powder, I think Equip Prime Protein can be worth a try. I also still really like and feel good about recommending Be Well and EarthChimp and either Great Lakes or Vital Proteins grass-fed collagen peptides. That said, there is no one size fits all here with thyroid-friendly eating, so maybe you have different criteria that is unique to you. And really the ultimate question isn't what's the perfect protein powder, but rather what's the perfect protein powder for you. So in that blog post that goes with this video, I share a lot more about the criteria that I used and that you can use to vet your perfect protein powder, how to identify what it is, what do you need in your perfect protein powder, and then what are our specific kind of considerations as thyroid thrivers. And I also share my top recommendations. I will be adding Equip to the list. Plus we'll cover what specific ingredients to avoid and everything else I learned after a year of testing different protein powders. I've also included links to all the products that we covered today, so you can check those out in the video description as well. Do your own detective work. And remember, supporting your thyroid health is really just about consistent, small choices that can really add up over time. And choosing a high quality protein powder is just one piece of the puzzle, but it's something we use maybe on a regular basis. So things like that are important to think about, to choose your protein powder mindfully, and also to know what is it that I need to look for here. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more thyroid-friendly food and lifestyle tips here at Hypothyroid Chef. I share new content every week to help you thrive with hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's. And let me know in the comments, what's your go-to protein powder? Have you tried something you really like? Have you tried this Equip Prime Protein before? Let's chat and share with each other and support one another on this thyroid healing journey. If you'd like to learn more about thyroid healthy eating, download my free thyroid-friendly grocery guide at hypothyroidchef.com/grocery. Just a great place to get started on up-leveling your health. All right, thanks so much for watching. I'm Ginny Mahar, wishing you happy cooking, happy thriving, and the best of health. See you next time.